Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel Salsa and Bachata Moves, where I talk about salsa and bachata, not only salsa and bachata moves. Go check the playlist. There's musicality, isolations, shows, social, many other things to find out. And I'm happy to say I'm off the gas stage. I did about a week or so my feet surgery, and now I am with just little sticky tapes. In 3 days I'll be removing the stitches, and hopefully I'll be coming back by next week showing you more combinations in salsa and bachata. And I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to answer a question, a very good question that I got in the comments. They watched me dance freestyle, improvising, not a choreography, a full, let's say, 4-minute song. I have in my playlist a few of them that I do like that. And also when I social dance, you can see it that I emphasize the music. I do musicality. Give a check to this folder, and in the description that I have the first link, guys, because that is my folder that I explain about musicality. The question, by the way, was how can you freestyle when you don't know the song? That is the real problem. And I say you can freestyle without knowing the song, and I'll teach you exactly how. It took me a little bit of time to figure it out, but let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, so our main objective is how do we possibly dance and stop when the music stops, and do the shimmies when the music says so, the guitar slides or the bass, and you go, and you want to translate the music. So we got to take as a given that you have already done that. You already know songs, and because you know them, you can stop freely and you can translate at least parts of the music. If not, again, check my playlist in the info cards and in the description. Well, you will first pass through that, and in order to come here to tell you how to do it when you don't know the song. Now, I'm gonna take my good old time as always, because I think stories are the best way to give an example. Some of you might know I have a YouTube channel also from 2007. The first one in my country actually who did it. It's right here. I have about 500 videos teaching guitar. And so about 2 decades now, I'm also a musician. And trust me when I tell you, improvising on the guitar or in any polyphonic instrument in general, it's much more difficult than improvising in dancing. Okay, so by telling you what I did to become good at improvising for 1, 2, 3 hours with a bunch of musicians that maybe I never met, and they're just playing notes and I'm playing along with them, it's like, how do you know what to do? Maybe that story will compare it to the dance story, and you will see what you need to do, and you will see the result. Okay? And a little bit side note that many of you might not know, because this is musical terms. Each style of music, blues, jazz, salsa, yes, rock, they have a mathematical equation. But let's not call it like that. Let's call it do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. And the way they write it down, I don't know why, they write down a Latin number, which is the Latin number 3, and you count do, re, mi. So that's that chord. Boom. And then they put another number for another note, another number, and it depends in which order these notes are in and how many repetition each one has. And that is the equation which, if you play, you will sound like blues. That is the equation. If you play it, you will sound salsa. So having that in mind, that all of the styles that are called styles, blues and jazz and rock, they all have their own equation. You cannot not follow it, because then you won't sound like that style of music. So salsa has that equation too, and you'll find similarities in so many songs that you've never heard before if you go through this procedure. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's a long way, guys. So let's get started first with the guitar. How do you learn to improvise with the guitar? Guitar is unforgiving. Few millimeters down, few millimeters up, you're off key, and there's a dissonance, and the whole club stops and looks at you. But if you forget a hand in salsa or bachata or in any other dance, nobody's gonna take that to heart. That's why music is so much more strict. One wrong note and everybody can hear it. The dissonance, even if you have no musical ear, if two things don't fit together in music, you just squeamish. When they go together, you like it. It's flowy. So this is my practice, what I did. Let's say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Each one has its own scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, e. Anyways, so you practice in each one of them, so you learn how to play them. So if the guy is playing an equation on what's called the do, or the mi, or any of the notes, you know the correct notes to press, or else you're gonna have dissonance. And then you have to find a way to use those notes to make them sound like melodies and not like scales, da 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 da. And then here comes the hard problem. For each style of music, there is different scales, different ways of pressing the notes. In the piano as well, in every instrument. And there is thousands in each one of them. In salsa, there's thousands, if not millions anyway. If you comprise 100 notes plus the guitar that has, and not even an electric one, which has more than 130, not including the bends, and then you can see how many possibilities there are. They're endless. And then after you learn, let's say, the blues, about 10 different scales, then you have 10 different things to do when the guy with the rhythm guitar, dum, 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 bing, 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 go ding, ki ding, king, king, gung, gung, king, gu, king, and you start soloing with this guy, staying on the proper notes you have to stay, whatever he's doing. Now you're like, Alex, that doesn't sound a lot like the dancing. It sounds a lot more straight and it sounds... No, it's actually more happy for dancing, and I think you're gonna enjoy the procedure. First of all, let's start with the most basic one. Have you passed the training where you sit down, you listen to a song, move away your mobile and listen to the melody, the top instrument, either the trumpet or the voice or the violin or the bass, and you imitate it with your body. Let's say again, if it's a trill, di-di-di, you do a little movement, di-di-di. If it's a continuous, di-di-di-di-di-di-di-di. If it's a flowy, ba. It has an accent, turn, stop. So here's what you have to do. FYI, I was recording for about 25 minutes and my phone storage got full and I was speaking to myself for about 25 minutes. So if I'm a little bit in a different shot, sorry, I had to take my phone out the stand, remove the memory and have more memory. It was a memory issue, so it stopped recording. I hope it's still recording now. So anyways, now how do we translate that and get stronger to become for freestyler? Well, you have to develop more the version that I just mentioned. Go check out my playlist and practice the way I tell you for musicality, like listening to the dominant instruments and having at least 10 different ways to translate what you've heard. So if you're hearing a slide from the bass, boom. If you're hearing the clave, pa, 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 pa. You see, you can use your neck, your shoulders. There's so many ways, and you're gonna create a huge arsenal behind you of movements that fit. And because, as I told you, they have an equation, something that usually you're gonna see and start expecting it in every style of salsa, the change, even 2/8 before it happened, up to 2 1/8. You're not gonna believe me until you start feeling it yourself. It's something that you have to go through, experience it, do it, feel it, and then good luck explaining it to somebody else. But there's nothing more beautiful than when I hear a song that I never heard before, and I'm just playing around with the musicality, and I can hear when there is a trill or when there's a repetition. You know, the guy goes ding do ding dum dun dun dun, and then he goes again ding do ding dum dun. I have to grab that the first time, and straight away with my past melodies that sound similar and the 10 different ways I have to translate it, footwork, shoulders, or shoulders, footwork, head, different, many ways, thousands of ways. Then I just implement it right there. When I hear a drrr, I have this ways, I have my vibrato, there's so many ways to translate. Okay, so try the way I've explained to you step by step. Just go, listen to different styles of salsa, choreograph about a minute of them, develop your ear even more to the existing ones you know, and then you're gonna notice a similarity throughout all the songs, the ones you don't know as well. And you will be predicting them, starting a nice spin, as I think I said it before, I don't know, starting a nice spin and just 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, and you stop. And when you stop, the whole music stopped, the whole club stopped as well, because it's, hopefully the whole club, because it's a pause. Okay, so pausing is the beginner basic thing that you have to see in songs you don't know. You're gonna know and predict them because they're coming. In Spanish they call it the llamada. They change the sequence of the chords of the notes, and the other musician can hear it to change to the next piece, to the mambo, descarga, tumbao, etc., etc. Okay, so that's it for me. I can talk about music and musicality all day and all night, but I think I just rounded up exactly the information you needed. A little bit more broken down in detail, but you know how I am. I want to help. So since I'm sitting down, the best time to do another Let's Talk Salsa, yeah? Thank you for watching, guys. And by the way, for watching till the end, if you like to support me, I have in the description 50 salsa combinations, improver, intermediate, advanced, and masterclass for $6.99. That's right, with the music and lessons. I have 30 bachata combinations for only €5, and I also have copyright-free salsa for you to use in your channels or in your Instagrams without getting muted. Copyright-free for only $5.50. I made them myself for dancers and students and teachers like you. See you on the next video. And on the next video, guys, I hope I'll be ready and I'll have these things off. Ciao.